So a massive warm welcome back to the Tech Talks Daily podcast. So today I cordially invite you to join me as I go live back to the show floor at QlikWorld here in Las Vegas, where today I'm going to be diving into the world of retail insurance and exploring how a company called CDL is revolutionizing the industry with cutting-edge data solutions. Today's guest is Matt Houghton, and he is a leading figure from CDL. And in this episode, Matt's going to be discussing the challenges of managing vast amounts of data in the sector, and also how crucial real-time analysis is for businesses if they're going to succeed in staying ahead of the competition. Together, we'll take a look under the hood and learn more about CDL's Kingfisher data platform that is powered by Qlik, and how it's transforming the way insurance providers access and utilise data, ultimately allowing them to make informed decisions at lightning speed. And hopefully we'll also have time to explore the role of Qlik Data Integration in ensuring that seamless flow of data from various sources and enabling their customers to gain valuable insights at the pace that their business demands. And it's the technology that makes all that possible. What goes on under the hood? That's the exciting part for me. I also want to learn more about the ROI of this and how by leveraging technology, they've reduced data access time from 24 hours to mere minutes, which significantly enhances customer value and that all-important ROI. But enough spoilers from me. Buckle up and hold on tight, because it's time for me to beam your ears all the way to Las Vegas, where Matt is going to take a deep dive into the rapidly evolving world of retail insurance, data-driven decision-making, and the tech that makes it all possible. So a massive warm welcome to the show, Matt. Can you tell the listeners a little about who you are and what you do?
Well, thanks very much for inviting me. Yeah, I'm Matt Houghton, and I'm the data architect at CDL Software. CDL is an InsurTech based in the UK, and we basically sell software solutions that help some of the largest UK personal lines providers sell and manage all of their insurance policies. So imagine you were buying a car and looking to buy insurance. Likelihood is that the quotes that you see when you go to get that car insurance are powered by at least one of the CDL systems.
Wow, I had no idea. And I think in the retail insurance industry, making sense of large amounts of data is a significant challenge. So how does CDL's Kingfisher data platform, supported by Qlik, well, obviously we're here at QlikWorld, how does that help businesses analyse data, but in real time? And why is that crucial for success in this market too?
Yeah, so you mentioned the real-time use case there. So coming back to you're buying that car,
yes,
and you don't think about it. You just put in the kind of registration number and you get all these quotes back in a matter of seconds. And behind the scenes, that's actually quite a very complex process for getting you that price. And it absolutely does involve crunching lots of data in real time. So, for example, if you were looking to pay for your insurance monthly, we'd have to call out to somebody like Experian to do a credit check.
Yeah.
We would also do things like potential fraud checks and quote manipulation checks. So that's using search-based analytics. That's searching millions of data points in real time, and also helping the consumer buy and purchase insurance at a competitive price and finding the right policy for them. So making the experience more personalized without asking too many questions, and also helping our customers ensure loyalty to their brands. So, for example, there's lots of know your customer type use cases where you can obviously know a lot of information about a customer and use that to offer them a better price or a better service. So, yeah, absolutely. The real-time element is crucial to that initial point of consumer interaction.
And you mentioned the car scenario there, and just to bring everything to life that we're talking about, can you share a few examples of how access to real-time data analysis has made a real difference in your industry, especially people using the CDL platform in terms of things like pricing, technical issues, or other market variations?
Yeah, certainly pricing is a major area. So, for example, we offer insurer-hosted pricing systems to the underwriters or the actual insurers that take on the risk within the UK. And that, going back, used to be quite a time-consuming process of either sending a specification in for a new rule or a new product and that being coded up. Now, the insurers can actually do that themselves and react to data that they're seeing being generated in the analytics products that we have, adjusting their prices and how they see the market, tweaking the rules, and then uploading those, multiple times a day that is available to them these days. So yeah, that's been a real shift change in how our customers are able to use data to be able to offer customers better service, better prices, and react to what's happening within the insurance market.
The only reason I panicked there was I looked at my computer. So how did CDL identify the need for flexible data integration and ultimately decide to partner with Qlik? And can you elaborate on the challenges you faced in integrating data from various sources and platforms?
Yeah, so there's probably three major use cases there. We're also a Qlik technology partner, and the product that we use is Qlik Replicate, which is part of Qlik's data integration offering. So that is all about getting data from one source to one or more targets and combining data together to get an overall view of what's going on within the business or our customer's business as we integrate the Qlik technology into the products we sell to our customers. So the kind of first use case was really taking the information that we have within our policy administration platform, which is there to obviously take the initial sale of the policy and then manage it throughout its life cycle, so life events or changing vehicles, whatever happens, and then renewal and claims and things like that happen in the business of insurance. So there's a lot of data in that database, and it's in around 700 database tables. And what we wanted to do was make that available to analytics workloads, because obviously that system is there tuned to run a specific type of workload, and running analytics against that same database, could upset the existing workload. So we wanted to make sure that people could do analytics without upsetting the core business. So we use Qlik Replicate to replicate the database transactions that are happening from the business system into essentially an analytics database, which we then put a denormalized data model on the top of. So I talked about the 700 tables. We reduced that down to 100 data marts effectively, all pre-joined, pre-computed, ready to go for those analytics workloads. So it gets the customer ready to go with reporting, analytics, machine learning type workloads straight away without having to do what I would call data wrangling, which often is, I've heard quotes of kind of every kind of analytics project. Most of the time you spend around 80% getting the data, preparing the data, cleansing the data. We really wanted to narrow down the time that took for our customers.
Incredibly cool, it really is. And just double check there, I'm not missing anything. So what improvements have CDL customers experienced since implementing the Kingfisher data platform in terms of data access, customer value and ROI? Because it seems that every tech project now has to pass the ROI before it'll even get off the ground. So I'm curious, is there anything you can share that will just help people understand the end result?
Yeah, so we've got a couple of public case studies, so customers who are happy for us to talk about them. So one of those is Comfort Insurance. And basically, they've pointed a visualization tool at that analytics database that I talked about. So they're basically now able to do kind of repeatable and near real-time kind of visualization of their whole business. And what that's really done for them is, one, freed up their resources, because before this, they were doing a lot of work manually, often involved in lots of Excel spreadsheets. Yeah. So they're able to take those really key resources they've got and put them on more higher value problem-solving tasks. And basically allow them to focus on income-generating activities, improving the experience of their customers. And it's also really allowed them to reduce the kind of time it takes to respond to events in the market, and ultimately led to better business insight and improved decision-making for them.
Fantastic. And again, how does CDL's platform help retailers capitalise on new trends, such as things like price comparison sites, the connected home? And can you provide some examples of the benefits that businesses gain from those insights?
Sure, yeah. So at CDL, one of our key benefits is that we're pre-connected into all of those price comparison sites that are, a vital partner within the insurance space in the UK. So to us, when a customer comes to CDL, it's not really a kind of a build process that we go through. It's more of a configuration and onboarding process. So those customers can essentially plug in to those existing sources of business, like the price comparison sites, within a matter of days, really.
Yeah.
And being pre-connected to things like telematics providers and connected home providers, we make sure that everything is built around a concept of being API first. So we call out to lots of APIs and can bring in lots of data from partners. So we have lots of data enrichment partners that we're pre-connected to, and all of that, bringing all of that data together and taking a view of the customer as a whole helps essentially our customers make better decisions towards their consumers.
And in an industry that is constantly evolving, I've got to ask, how does CDL stay ahead of the curve in terms of technology and innovation? And what are your plans for the future of the Kingfisher data platform and other solutions? I appreciate it's probably not too much you can share, but is there anything you can?
Yeah, so certainly if you're a customer, you can talk to our product owners about product roadmaps, but certainly what we do invest is R&D. So we've got a significant proportion of our profit goes straight back into R&D, and that's been something the company has done from its first initiation. There's a number of activities that kind of gets executed at throughout the year. So the architecture team that I'm part of, we run innovation days, we run what's called the gardening days. In July, we're running a deep racer event, which is, and our engineers are all about reinforcement learning through training a car to go around the track.
Cool.
And it learns, and obviously then taking that learning and applying it to insurance-specific problems. But also working in close partnership with our customers, finding out what their problems are and ultimately helping them solve them is what we're all about.
Excellent. And for anyone listening, what advice would you give to a business looking to leverage data more effectively in the insurance sector? And how can they make the most of the tools and services offered by companies such as CDL and Qlik? Any tips or advice you could offer?
Yeah, I suppose one of the key things that I suppose the conferences have reinforced within me this week is the decision around build versus buy.
Yeah.
And how to get to market quickly. Because the technology, I probably shouldn't say this as an architect who gets paid to provide technology solutions, but the technology is there for you to solve these problems. And it's just about how you piece together that technology to build a solution to a specific business problem. That's the real challenge. And often what we see is people probably spending a lot of time trying to build something that perhaps already exists. So talk to your technology partners, or if you don't see them as a partner, work with people who you think could become partners and see them as an extension of your team. And then that allows you to leverage what they've already built as part of your solutions. And that will help you solve problems faster and get to market quicker.
Fantastic advice. And of course, we are a couple of Brits that find ourselves on the show floor in Vegas here. And I'm curious, from every conversation that you've had here at QlikWorld, combined with everything that you've seen and heard on the show floor and on the stage, what will you be thinking about on the plane ride home?
I think it comes back to kind of my last answer there about speed to market. So, but also my job as a data architect is to enable the whole business to make better use of data and make data-driven decisions. So things like AutoML that we've just seen in the product keynote, that's a really fantastic opportunity there for the business to leverage data and analytics technology, really advanced stuff like the latest machine learning, without having to hire data scientists and retrain entire teams of people. That is something that you can take, and within a few minutes, you can have machine learning running and helping you come up with answers to your business problems that you've got today. So yeah, that's something that I'm going to be thinking about. How do we enable that both for our customers and also within CDL as a whole?
Yeah. Did you see the keynotes this morning? Did you think anything about the chat GPT integration?
Well, the chat GPT is very timely for us. This is something that we've been working on at CDL. So to give you a couple of examples, we've been using a tool called Code Whisperer.
Yeah.
And that is a generative AI implementation specifically for developers. So it actually helps developers, as they're coding, write code better and faster. So, for example, you can write a comment within your integrated development environment saying, say, you want to read data from a CSV file, and the AI will actually generate the code segment. So rather than the developer having to come out of that front end and look up in documentation, all of that's available through something like ChatGPT type functionality. But yeah, the using ChatGPT as a data source and combining that with existing data sources that were within your business. I think that's a really powerful one that Qlik, obviously not in general availability yet, but coming soon. That's something that, definitely really excited to get my hands on and have a play with.
And I think that's for anybody listening that missed the keynote, obviously they didn't see it, that I think what we should point out as well is it wasn't about having the company data out there on the web or machine learning using it. It was hidden away and only the corporate data was in there. Right?
Absolutely, yeah. And I think that's certainly conversations that we have internally and with customers. They're certainly aware of ChatGPT, but the compliance thing, as always, needs to be solved before you do your data analytics.
Yeah.
You have to have permission to use your data. It has to be secure. Otherwise, the benefits you get from it are going to be wiped out if something goes wrong.
Well, I'd love to stay in touch with you and continue this conversation because I think it's going to evolve a lot throughout the year. But for anyone listening, just wanting to find out more information about CDL, explore the conversation that we've started today, what's the best starting point for everything?
Yeah, so the website is cdl.co.uk. On social media, Twitter or LinkedIn, we're at CDL_software. So connect with us on there. And I'm at MattDevDBA on Twitter as well. So say hi.
Well, I will add all those links to the show notes so everyone can find you nice and easily. And I know how busy you are, back-to-back interviews you're running around.
Today, but this is the first, so it's a good start.
Well, thanks for joining me today. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
So that wraps up our enlightening conversation with Matt from CDL today, live from the show floor at QlikWorld here in Las Vegas. And I hope you've gained valuable insights into the transformative power of real-time data analysis, not only in the retail insurance industry, but exploring the art of the possible well beyond that as well, and the technology that brings it all to life. So a big thank you to Matt for coming on, talking about CDL's cutting-edge solutions, how they're redefining industry standards for data integration, decision-making, the tech that makes it all possible. And as always, each and every one of you listening to the Tech Talks Daily podcast, I appreciate you all more than you know for listening. And remember, this podcast is not just about myself and today's guest. I want to hear your insights, your experiences, your expertise, your opinions. So please share them with me by emailing me, techblogwriter@outlook.com, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, simply at Neil C. Hughes. I'm nice and easy to find. So I'll be back again bright and early tomorrow with another exciting discussion on the latest trends and innovations in the world of technology. So remember, gang, before I go, stay curious, stay inspired, keep exploring the limitless potential of the tech world, and until next time, don't be a stranger.